During each exercise, you will hear a listening passage. After each listening passage, you will respond to questions. The directions for each exercise and the questions are printed in the book, but the listening passages will be spoken. Ready? Let's begin. Exercise 1. Number 1.
The professor drilled and drilled until I couldn't stand it.
I heard he assigned a whole lot of exercises without explaining any of the grammar rules, too. I'm glad I went to the gym.
What are the man and woman talking about? Two.
They sell gas by the gallon here.
Yes, and I see that the bulk food in the grocery store is sold in pounds and ounces.
What are these two people most probably discussing? Three.
You should have your mail held at the post office until you get back.
Good idea. I remembered to get the newspaper stopped, but I'd forgotten about that.
What are these two people talking about? Four.
Do you know how many students were accepted in the new doctoral program?
Well, I saw Mary at the party last night, and she said that only 6 got in.
What are the two people discussing? Five.
I applied for the exchange program to Europe this year, but I couldn't go because I got sick.
That's too bad. Nancy went to England last year, and she said it was really a great experience.
What are the man and woman discussing? Six.
The chairs in that lecture room are really uncomfortable.
You said it. They're so small that my children wouldn't even fit in them.
What are the man and woman talking about? Seven.
I've had it with my computer. I lost another paper when I tried to save it on a disk.
You have to do something about that. Why don't you try over at Computer World?
What are the two people discussing? Eight.
I was late for class because I couldn't find a parking space.
It's because of registration week. I drove around for almost half an hour before I found one this morning.
What are the two people talking about? Nine.
I really like Dr. Smith, but I can't say as much for her TA.
Sally? Oh, she's okay, as long as you go to class and get the lab reports in on time.
What are the man and woman discussing? Ten.
I used to bring my lunch to school when I was working in the chemistry department, but now that I'm a full-time student, I just eat at the snack bar.
Me too. It's too hard trying to get everyone ready in the morning at my house.
What are the man and woman talking about? Exercise 2. Number 1.
You look awful. Do you have a hangover?
No, I've been up all night finishing a paper. All I've had to drink is coffee.
What is the man's problem? Two.
Can I use my credit card to pay my fees, or do I have to give you a check?
Your card is fine as long as your credit approval goes through.
How does the woman want to pay? Three.
No wonder Sharon won't see you. She probably thought that such an expensive gift was inappropriate on such short acquaintance.
It certainly is different here. In my country, men are supposed to show women that they care for them by giving them jewelry.
Why did Sharon stop seeing the man? Four.
Why do you need to check my purse? Do you think I stole something?
Not at all. This is a standard security procedure.
Why did the man look through the woman's purse? Five.
I lost my notebook. Could I borrow yours before the test?
I'm sorry, I'd like to help you, but I just can't. I have to take it with me to work so I can study on my breaks.
What does the woman want the man to do? Six.
That looks like Steve's car. But who is that girl driving it?
Oh, that's Steve's sister. I met her last night at Mary Ann's party.
Who is driving Steve's car? Seven.
The door seems to be locked. Do I need a key for the bathroom?
No, just push hard. It sticks a little.
Why won't the door open? Eight.
Can we use our calculators on the test?
Yes. If you bring them to me at the beginning of the test, I'll check them out and return them right away so you can use them.
What does the man want to do? Nine.
My roommate left, and he didn't pay his share, so I'm stuck with all the rent and utilities for last month.
That's not fair. You should call his family.
What is the woman's advice? Ten.
I want to apply for a student loan, please.
All right. Fill out these forms and bring in your income tax records from last year. Then I'll review your options with you.
How will the woman help the man? Exercise 3. Number 1.
Is Jack your cousin?
No, he seems more like a brother, really, but we are just good friends.
What is the relationship between Jack and the man? Two.
So I asked Frank if we could live together next semester, and he said that he was going to room with Jeff.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, I know that Steve is looking for a roommate.
What does the woman suggest? 3.
What did you get on the calculus exam?
A C, and I feel lucky to have it. Mike got a B, but almost everyone else got D's and F's.
What grade did the woman receive? Four.
Where can I buy a computer? It doesn't have to be the best on the market. I'm just going to use it to do word processing.
Uh-huh. You could go to a computer store or a discount store. But if I were you, I'd look into some of the special offers through the university. I saw something in the paper just last night.
What advice does the woman give the man? Five.
You didn't get your grades because your name isn't on the roster. Did you attend the class and take the exams?
I certainly did, and I paid my fees, too.
Why didn't the woman receive a grade for the course? Six.
What size do you need?
I'm not too sure. I wear a 5.5 or a 6 in Europe and a 7 in Canada, but I think I need a 7.5 here.
What size will the man probably bring? Seven.
I have been having the worst headaches. I know some of it is stress, but I'm worried that I might have something more serious, like high blood pressure.
Well, we'll check that out, of course. But first, tell me the last time you had your glasses changed. It really sounds more like eye strain.
What does the man suspect? Eight.
Have you started writing your paper for history?
Not yet. I'm still writing up my laboratory assignments for chemistry and studying for my midterms in English and French.
For which class must the woman begin to prepare? Nine.
Are you glad that you came to Washington?
Yes, indeed. I considered going to New York or Boston, but I've never regretted my decision.
Where does the man live? Ten.
Something is wrong with second gear. It seems to run fine in reverse and drive, but when I shift into second, the motor stalls out.
I hope that it won't be too difficult to fix.
Which gear needs to be fixed? Exercise 4. Number 1.
Do you need a ride to the airport?
Thanks anyway. I thought I would, but I have my car back now.
How will the woman get to the airport? Two.
Okay, what'll you have?
Give me the eggs and potatoes. Oh, wait a minute. How about the eggs and pancakes?
What does the woman want to eat? Three.
How many boxes of Girl Scout cookies did you order?
4. No, 5.
How many boxes of cookies did the man order? Four.
What is the area code from which you are calling?
691. Oops, that's not right. It's 619.
What is the correct area code for the woman? Five.
I thought you said it was 5 cents a copy.
I did. But it's 10 cents a copy when you make fewer than 20 copies, and you have only 15.
How much per copy will the woman pay? Six.
How much to send a one-page fax?
$1. Oh, wait a minute. This is an overseas transmission. That's $2.50.
How much will the woman pay? Seven.
Let me see. There's a documentary about wolves on Channel 3.
That sounds pretty interesting, but I'd rather go to the movies.
What does the woman want to do? Eight.
Do you want large bills or 20s?
Give me 20s, please. Oh, wait. Maybe I should take 2 50s and the rest in 20s.
What does the man want the woman to do? Nine.
Where shall we go for lunch? It's your turn to choose.
How about the country kitchen? Or better yet, the old house. They have great salads.
Where will the man and woman eat lunch? Ten.
Will you be home late again tonight?
I'm afraid so. But I should be able to get away by 6, or let's say 7, just to be on the safe side.
When will the man be home? Exercise 5. Number 1.
Let's go to Florida on spring break.
You're putting me on.
What does the woman mean? Two.
Can you believe it? It says in the paper that tuition is going up another $100 a semester.
That's just what I need.
What does the woman mean? Three.
Can you let me borrow some paper? This lecture is so long that I've run out.
Sure. Here you go.
What did the man do? Four.
That test was not what I studied for.
No joke. I hope I passed it.
How does the man feel about the test? Five.
What did you say?
Honestly, Will, you're just not all there sometimes.
What does the woman mean? Six.
I can't believe that I signed up for this class.
Neither can I. It is such a Mickey Mouse course.
On what do the speakers agree? 7.
I'll pick you up after class.
Don't bother.
What does the woman mean? 8.
Do you like ice cream?
I'll say.
What does the man mean? 9.
Did you know that Joan is going to move back to Maine?
I'll believe it when I see it.
What does the woman mean? 10.
How was your day?
Don't ask.
What does the man mean? 'Exercise 6, Number 1.
Are you worried about getting a job after graduation?
No, I've had several good interviews, and I can always work for my dad for a while.
How does the man feel? 2.
That was a great movie.
Sure, if you like fairy tales.
How did the man feel about the movie? 3.
Did you get your TOEFL scores yet?
Not yet, but I think I got more than 500. I had 490 the first time I took it, and I know I did much better this time because I knew a lot about several of the reading comprehension passages.
How does the woman feel about the TOEFL? 4.
What page are we on? I'm just not with it today.
Or any other day.
How does the woman feel about the man? 5.
If you invite Lucy, you'll have to ask Rick too.
Forget it.
How does the man feel about Rick? 6.
I heard that Professor Saunders has retired.
What?
What is the man's reaction to the news? 7.
I don't care much for the way that our lab assistant grades our assignments.
Neither do I.
How does the man feel about the assignments? 8.
You are wrong about Terry.
If you say so.
What best describes the man's opinion of Terry? 9.
I don't want to go to that review session.
Neither do I, but I think we should.
How does the man feel about the review session? 10.
I was going to room with Carol, but when I got here I had been assigned to live with Janine.
Bummer.
How does the man feel about Janine? Exercise 7. Number 1.
I'll leave the tip since you got dinner.
Okay, $5 is about 20%.
What does the man suggest that the woman do? Two.
Oh no, we're locked out of the dorm. I didn't think it was that late.
Do you have a phone number for the security guard?
What does the man suggest the woman do? Three.
All the bathrooms are locked.
That's odd. Why don't you go down to the main lobby? I think I saw a custodian there when we came in.
What does the woman suggest that the man do? Four.
Are you in line here?
We all are. You need to take a number.
What does the man suggest that the woman do? Five.
It's only $20.
I know, but unless you have an account with us, we can't cash your check. There's a branch of your bank across the street.
What does the woman suggest that the man do? Six.
I'll be glad to pick you up at the airport. What time does your plane arrive?
Well, it's scheduled to be here at 11:35, but it might be late if the weather is bad out of Chicago. Why don't I call you when I get in?
What does the woman suggest that the man do? Seven.
When does Dr. Watson have her office hours this semester?
I think her hours are from 2 to 3 o'clock every day. I'm not sure, but I know it's on the syllabus.
What does the man suggest that the woman do? Eight.
There won't be any kids at the dinner. Maybe we should stay at home.
Why don't we get a babysitter? We could use an evening out.
What does the man suggest that they do? Nine.
I've tried the interlibrary loan before, and it took too long for the material to get here.
I'd just use the internet then. You can probably find some similar references.
What does the woman suggest that the man do? Ten.
I don't like carrying a lot of cards in my wallet, but then I never have the one I need.
You could put them in a card case and leave them in your book bag.
What does the woman suggest that the man do? Exercise 8. Number 1.
You mean this test isn't open book?
Not this time.
What had the man assumed about the test? Two.
I just used the security deposit from my old apartment for a deposit on the new one.
So you did get your deposit back after all.
What had the man assumed? 3.
You mean you are going out with Phil again?
Just for lunch.
What had the man assumed about the woman? 4.
My daughter's first birthday is Saturday. Why don't you come?
You don't mean it. She can't be a year old already.
What had the man assumed about the woman's daughter? 5.
We're almost finished with the handouts for Anne.
Anne is going to give the presentation for the group?
What had the woman assumed about the presentation? 6.
The health center is in the Student Services Building, not in the Union.
No wonder I couldn't find it. Now I have to go all the way over to North Campus.
What had the woman assumed about the health center? 7.
I wanted to read Saratoga Trunk for my report in English class, but Bill had already asked for it.
Bill is reading a novel?
What had the man assumed about Bill? 8.
John must have been joking when he said he was going to drop out of the business program to apply for medical school.
I don't think so. He seemed very serious to me.
What had the woman assumed about John? 9.
When we got there, Mr. Brown was already in the lab getting the equipment set up.
You mean he was on time?
What had the woman assumed about Mr. Brown? 10.
So we met with our study group during the break, and we each took one part of the book to outline.
Wait a minute. Dr. Peterson actually gave you a break?
What had the woman assumed about Dr. Peterson? 'Exercise 9, number 1.
I'll have hot tea and a large glass of orange juice.
We only have one size orange juice. It's pretty big, though. About like that.
What will the man probably do? 2.
Have you seen my chemistry book?
It was on the kitchen table yesterday. Did you have it with you when you went to the library last night? Maybe you left it there.
What will the woman probably do? 3.
You have a long-distance call from London. Will you accept the charges?
I don't know anyone in London.
What will the woman probably do? 4.
Is there a copy machine in this building?
No, but there is one in the building across the street.
What will the man probably do? 5.
Tuesdays you can rent 2 videos for the price of 1. Wednesdays, you can rent any video you want for 99 cents. And every time you have rented a total of 10, you get one free. But you have to join the club, and that costs $5.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
What will the woman probably do? Six.
How may I direct your call?
Reservations, please.
What does the man probably want to do? Seven.
Is this where the bus to the mall stops?
No, it's on the other side of the street.
What will the woman probably do? Eight.
Did you drive in on I-17?
Yes, and it was already starting to get slick. By now it should be really bad. You'd better call the highway patrol before you leave to make sure it's still open.
What will the woman probably do? Nine.
Do you deliver?
Well, that depends. We do if you are within 3 miles of the university.
What will the man do? Ten.
It will be about a 20-minute wait if you want to sit in the non-smoking section. We can seat you in smoking in 5 minutes.
Okay. I don't have 20 minutes to wait.
What will the man probably do? Exercise 10, number 1.
That book is on reserve, so you can't take it out of the library. You can use it here for 2 hours, though. Or you can wait until an hour before closing and check it out until the library opens at 8 in the morning.
Okay, I'll come back tonight.
What does the man imply? Two.
Do you know where I can get a soda?
Isn't there a machine downstairs?
What does the man imply? Three.
Why do you have to take the TOEFL? I thought if you graduated from an American high school, you didn't have to take it.
I thought so, too. But the universities where I applied required a score even with an American diploma.
What do we know about the woman? Four.
How long did it take you to register? I was in line for 2 hours.
You were lucky.
What did the man mean? Five.
If I were you, I would take a plane instead of a bus. It will take you forever to get there.
But flying makes me so nervous.
What does the man prefer to do? Six.
The name is Baker. We don't have a reservation, but we have time to wait.
Party of 4? It shouldn't be more than 10 minutes, Mr. Baker. We'll call you when we have a table.
Where does this conversation most likely take place? 7.
Do you think that Bob is serious about Sally?
Well, I know this. I've never seen him go out so often with the same person.
What conclusion does the man want us to draw from his statement? Eight.
Whereas European nations have traditionally employed metric units, such as meters and grams, the United States has employed English units, such as feet and pounds.
Both systems are now in use in the U.S., though.
What are these people most probably discussing? Nine.
Jane told me that she was going to quit her job. I'll certainly be sorry to see her go.
Oh, she always says that. I wouldn't buy her a going-away present if I were you.
What does the man think about Jane? Ten.
I wonder what happened to Betty Thompson. I don't see her anywhere.
I don't know. She told me that she would be here at the play tonight.
What do we learn about Betty from this conversation? Exercise 11. Number 1.
Oh, no. I've run out of checks, and the rent is due.
Maybe you could get a cashier's check at the bank.
What is the man's problem? Two.
My roommate is getting married next month. I'd like to live by myself, but I really can't afford to.
Why don't you sign up on the message board in the housing office?
What is the woman's problem? Three.
What's the matter?
I can't register until I get my advisor's signature on my registration form, and as usual, I can't find him.
What is the man's problem? Four.
Can you give me a lift? My car's in the shop and I'm already late to work.
Sure. I'll drop you off on my way to class.
What is the woman's problem? Five.
Great. Professor Jones is using a different book this semester. Now I'll have to buy a new one.
Me too. My friend let me have a copy of the book he used last semester, but that won't do me any good now.
What is the problem that the man and woman are talking about? Six.
Sorry. I have to stay here until someone comes from the phone company to install my phone.
That's too bad. I wish you could go with us to the movie.
What is the woman's problem? Seven.
Excuse me, I need to exchange this sweatshirt for a larger size, but I can't find the receipt.
That's okay. Since it's an even exchange, just take the size you want and give me that one.
What is the man's problem? Eight.
If the university had childcare on campus, It would make my life a lot easier.
It really would. It must take a lot of time going back and forth to daycare all the way across town.
What is the woman's problem? Nine.
I need to get a different job. The one I have just doesn't give me enough hours anymore.
Have you tried the library? They're always looking for help.
What is the man's problem? Ten.
I've been staying up until 3 and 4 in the morning trying to get all my papers and projects done. I'm exhausted.
Well, you can't do that for very long without getting sick.
What is the woman's problem? Exercise